Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today I want to talk about the current state of Battlefield 2042. I'm sure it hasn't really escaped anybody's attention that interest in the game overall, at least to me, feels to be at an all-time low. And that's somewhat strange when you think about it, because I actually think the game is in close to the best state it's ever been in. So I want to talk about this from the player perspective. We're also going to take a look at player numbers climbing and falling over the past almost 2 years since the game's release, and then I want to give some of my thoughts from a content creator's perspective as well. As always guys, if you enjoy the Battlefield content here on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. 100 subs to go until 48k. You can follow me over on X, formerly Twitter, or join the Discord as well if you wish to chat with me there. Thank you so much for your support. So I'm somebody who still plays Battlefield 2042 regularly, and ever since Redux released, it feels like I constantly get put into lobbies with more and more AI opponents and teammates than ever before, even whilst playing at peak hours. So first I thought, okay, maybe this is just the matchmaking system being sketchy. After all, we know it's not exactly the best system. But it really seemed to coincide with what I was reading and seeing on social media. So while some people are enjoying Redux in the lull between seasons 5 and 6, especially the newer players who didn't get a chance to play it first time round, I see a lot of comments from people saying that they've uninstalled the game and they are simply playing something else whilst they're waiting for Season 6 to release. And I gotta be perfectly honest here, if I wasn't a content creator and I didn't need to record footage for my videos and stream the game on Twitch, I would more than likely be playing Starfield or Diablo 4 whilst waiting for Season 6 as well. But then I decided to check the Steam player numbers. Now, disclaimer here, the Steam player counts are just that, only for Steam, so do bear in mind that these player numbers do not include players on Xbox, PlayStation, or the EA app. They are, however, quite indicative of whether the player count is rising or falling. So let's take a look at some events here over the past year and see where we're at. So February 28th, 2022, this is the lowest player count I could find for the game at all, 3,241 players. This is a few months after release. The game has been bombarded with bad reviews. DICE haven't really started communicating with us yet, so there's no new content and things are pretty much at rock bottom. So this is going to be our bottom line. Now spin on to November 2022, and outside of the initial release of the game, of course, this is the highest point so far in player interest, 36,424 players. Things were looking nice and healthy here, and there's a reason for this as well. What you're looking at is the release of the class system, followed closely by Season 3. I would say this was likely the biggest overall improvement that DICE have made for the game, and it's clear that this brought back a lot of interest. Now after that we get a dip, as inevitably a lot of people who came back to check out the new season will lose interest, but then in February we saw the player count rise again with the release of Season 4. Now what I find interesting here is the drastic change from Season 4 to 5 and Season 5 to what we're seeing now. So as you can see, after Season 4's release in February, the player count stayed fairly stable all the way up to the release of Season 5 in May, with only a slight dip in number, which is always to be expected. However, after Season 5, we strangely see the player count absolutely plummet by about 50%. So why is this? Well, if you recall, after Season 4, the community knew that we would be getting a Season 5. The Reclaim map had been teased for a long time as a throwback to a past Battlefield map, which we now know was, of course, Zavod, and myself and other content creators were making a lot of videos on that, and I'm sure that definitely helped drive hype towards the release of Season 5. It kept players engaged with the game and excited for what's to come. After Season 5 released, however, we really didn't know anything about Season 6, except for the fact that there was going to be a Season 6, and we still don't know much outside of the fact that it's coming and it's going to be somewhat scary or spooky or unpredictable. So I think a lot of players here have simply assumed that things are coming to an end for Battlefield 2042, and they've moved on to other games. And since then, with the announcement of Redux and the delay of Season 6, which was not received well at all, the player count has continued to drop and drop even further, to the point we are actually now at an all-time low over the past 12 months. I guess that just goes to show that no matter how many improvements you make to your game and no matter how fun it is to play, if you don't provide content for players, they will get bored very fast and move on. Now, as a content creator, this whole feeling is very palpable to me and very visible, and I'm sure any other content creator would agree with me. Every single metric on my channel has dropped over the past few months. Views are down, subs are down, and sometimes as a creator, it's easy to beat yourself up and think, you know, why aren't my videos getting as much attention anymore? Am I doing a bad job? And well, sometimes it's not because you're any less good at what you were doing before. It's simply that there is less of an interest in whatever you're creating content on. And for me, that is of course Battlefield 2042. So I think if you put all of these facts together, it's not really looking that great for anybody. I'm going to be frank here. I still want to keep my channel a Battlefield channel, and I do have hope for the future and for the next game, but looking at the current interest in the game and then thinking ahead to the likely possibility of 2024 being completely bereft of any new Battlefield content whatsoever, and me and a lot of other creators are probably thinking, you know, what are we going to do? This is a question I've talked about with Enders before, and I'll tell you what I told him. I'm honestly not sure. I saw Catalyst post on X the other day saying, vibe check, Battlefield community, where are we at right now? I'm about here, and I can completely relate. Even Mary, the Cadwoman, replied saying that she's trying not to give up as well, and you know, I can really sympathize with any creator out there who bases their content on this game, as well as any player who feels like they're getting bored with the content we have. Now, as for me, what will I do in 2024, assuming there is going to be a lack of content there and no new game released until 2025? Maybe I'll take a break, maybe I'll start spicing things up with some other games, who knows? I'll have to wait and see how this all pans out. With any luck, we'll at least get a Season 6 and 8. But guys, if you do enjoy watching content on Battlefield 2042 and you want people to continue making this content, go and show your support, whether that creator is me or somebody else, Cadwoman, Enders, Catalyst, Flakfire, Crash, whoever you like to watch, throw them a sub, leave them a like, watch their content. That kind of stuff really does mean something to us, and it is a big support, and it's honestly what keeps us inspired and keeps us hungry to create content. Special shout out to all my members here on YouTube and my Twitch subs over there as well. You guys are the best. I know this has been kind of a weird video, but it's just where I'm at currently, and I felt I needed to make it known. Please comment down below, how are you feeling about the game at the moment? Are you feeling good, bad? If you think I'm just a whiny crybaby, that's fine, leave me that as well. Don't forget, if you guys do want to see more, you can catch me live over on Twitch. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.